Yeah, amazing. Could you describe more about the research you did in terms of how 90, was it 92% of people saw clear skin?
Yeah, so I didn't do the research. That was, scientists, but you can read the journal online, JAMA Dermatology. It's the world's top dermatology journal, and you can basically just Google the strains that are on the back of the box, and you can, read the study. What I tell a lot of people is, they ask, is this safe for children? Is it safe for me? And what I try to tell everybody is, anytime you take a new supplement of any kind, of dietary supplement, run it past your doctor. Show them what you're doing, because you could get all sorts of the dietary supplements. It's just the wild west out there. Is another thing that we discovered in our research. There's no FDA regulation to go through. So it's really, really crazy. And I think I've shared you this. So only 1 in 500 probiotics on the shelf today are backed by science, like backed by published science. So that's like everything on the shelf doesn't have a clinical trial behind it, which is amazing. So it's just like you and I, right now, you and I could go and find some species, throw them in a bottle, and put skin probiotic on it and just sell it to the world. And there's no regulations whatsoever. You have to do, the right manufacturing processes and all of that. But you can put just about anything you want to a bottle and market it however you want. So that's quite a challenge for us now, is like, how do we explain that to people? Because, the marketing of it is just, I rewind back when I was a consumer and just looking into buying probiotics, is sold as a CFU count. So, you look into probiotics, and you're like, oh, I want, a 10 billion probiotic. Well, then just reason would have that, well, 20 billion is probably better. And then 30 billion, and then, 50 billion, and just up and up and up. And while I was testing on myself, doing a little guinea pig on myself, I went all the way up to 90 billion. And that ended up breaking out my skin. And you know what? It wasn't backed by science what I was doing. I just went to the store, and you see these brands, they have like, 10 different products, and they look very professional, and they got a doctor on the box. You're like, oh, well, this is probably great. And you look at the back, and it's just species: Lactobacillus rhamnosus, Lactobacillus casei, Lactobacillus, plantarum, whatever it is. There's no strain listed a lot of times. So you're just getting species in a bottle. So I ended up taking this 90 billion, and then my skin broke out. And I don't know if I told you this story, but as luck would have it, this weekend that I was testing on myself, this 90 billion, so I broke out. That weekend, I was scheduled to go to Boston and meet with some scientists there to kind of see if I could, ask them about what happened. And I ended up getting tested, my skin and my gut microbiomes, before and after the breakout. So I was testing this 90 billion. I went to Boston, and I met a scientist there, Dr. Rita Caldwell. She's at the University of Maryland. And she has a company there that was able to test my skin microbiome and my gut microbiome. It's called Cosmos ID. And you have trillions of microbes on your skin and on in your gut. And they were able to, at the highest resolution imaginable, see what happens. Because, like I said, I can clear up my skin in 4 days with the right formula that I have. So I went there, and I broke out, and I said, hey, Rita, what is going on? Take a look at my elbow. What do you think this is? She's like, we have no idea, just by looking at it. Might be Staph aureus. I could test that for you. We have an award-winning company called Cosmos ID that, we can swab it and test it. I was like, oh, that's amazing. How much is that? It was like $400 or something. I was like, wow. So, but at this point, I was like so amazed at what was happening, just learning all this new stuff. I was like, fine, let's do it. And then I started taking the formula that I know would work for me. And sure enough, in 4 days, I did my gut as well, gut and skin at the same time. 4 days later, gone, just like every other time, and sent them both back in. I saw the before and after of, the difference in the microbial makeup. What I discovered was I was onto something. Something was happening.